All right, we're back. We're on the Coast to Coast tournament. We're in Monday's practice round of the rookie division. I'm on hole number 6, putting it in 2 videos, so I make sure I got enough time to go through and think about it, not just fire it off. Hole number 6. This is Juniper Point, hole number 5. All right, so in my upper developed account, my main account, what I'm doing is I'm using a big tapa coming from here and trying to get it out into this area with a Titan. And you don't have to do, if you've got, depending on the level of your big topper, you may not have to do any overpower at all. You can just let the wind push it. The wind, I think, was going in this direction. And you can allow the wind to just push you out. You've got plenty of room down here on your red line, so you're not stressing that out. I'm going to try it with my big topper. The other option is to come out here, and you can come out here with a Marlin, and you can bring any wood in your bag, and you can do it. It's a wood shot into the cup. It's not hard to get out here at all if you bring a QB. 100% accurate. It's super easy. It's easier if you bring a Titan, the king of balls, because you can get where you're at out here as far as landing spot. It's really easy to get up into this area, and then you won't have any ball issues as far as distance trying to get into the cup. You could bring a sniper. I've got a low-level sniper that only has 160 yards, and I think with a 3-power ball and that club, I can get over. And I'd probably bring my hammerhead just because it hits 170, and that 10 yards of raw distance could play a factor. I'm going to bring 2 different bags because I want to take a look at this shot with this account. Where am I at? I want to make sure I do not qualify today because I tanked one of the holes. My fault. No big deal. No biggie. That's why Monday's a practice round. This should be the most relaxing day of the whole week, because you're just coming out and you're just trying stuff out and you're just having a good time. And no fuss, no muss. So in this bag, I'm going to bring a hammerhead. What's my hammerhead hit? My hammerhead hits 1.7 per ring. So that's bag number 1. Bag number 2 that I could bring. If you're in, I'm going to... Bring a sniper. You can bring a guardian here and try and backspin it right to the cup. The ball guide's not as big an issue because you're in minimum club where you're out there. Or you can try and run it up there with a sniper. I'm going to bring a sniper. I'm going to bring my Saturn just because it's a great utility club. I'm going to try it with the big topper first and see what the distance looks like. And if I don't like it, I'm going to shoot it with a QB. And if I time out, I'm not too worried about it. It's practice. Practice, practice, practice. How do you get good at something? Practice, practice, practice. Let's see if I go first. Johnny Smoke goes first. Toasty. Let's check my opponent out. 4,600 games. Played in a few tourneys. Got a bronze banner. Congratulations. I ain't giving them banners away. Anybody who's won a banner knows they are not giving banners away, and they never were giving banners away. All right, let's see what my big topper looks like out here. So the winds I would need in order to clear fully, I'd need 4 miles per hour, and I got 2 in wind. So I tell you what I'm going to do. Let's take the nice and easy shot so we don't have to do any overpower. And I want to see if that sniper will work from over here. I think I actually got my hammerhead. 2-2. Just nice and easy. Hitting it great to the left. Just landing out on the island and rolling it up there. That's the thing about using a quarterback, is if you were using an extra mile or a big topper or anything else there that's 2 miles per hour per ring, you great to the left, great to the right going onto that island, you'll very easily find yourself in trouble with a quarterback. And great to the left or the right's only 1 mile per hour to the left or the right. And you've got more than enough room to hit 1 mile per hour great to the left or the right. And that's about the area that you want to end up when you're taking that drive. A little bit farther forward. That'll be a long iron shot. So let's see where my red line is. So I'm right at red line. So if I brought that sniper, I'd be right about here. Looks like it's going to end up going to the right. Move a little bit more. It's 2-3. It's 1.7 per ring. So that leaves me 5. That's about a little less than a third. Ah. I did get the Albie on this earlier in my 77 account, or on my odd account during the practice round. You can get Albie here. I came at it from the other direction. It's hard to get an Albie when you're coming from that island, in my opinion, because you're riding up that hill and you're at the very end of the run where your ball's going at slowest. So in the real world, when your ball, if we call it hitting it through the brake. So if you're on a course and it's got brake to it, or it breaks to the left or the right, like when you get to that hill right there and you're climbing up that hill to try and get on the plateau where the cup's at, everything's braking to the left. And so if you come in there with too much speed, you can actually hit through the brake. But if you have your speed right so that you can actually get it to come to the cup, it's going so slow when it's coming up that hill that it's braking harder to the left and you're getting more caught up in the brake. And so I find that it's very difficult to get to get that right, because there's always that little bit of drift at the very bottom. Right before it gets to the cup, it's drifting off to the left. And that it's really hard to get the Albie from the island. It's not impossible, but I think it's harder for sure. It's not easy to get it from the other direction. But you can start off and stay on the flat from the other direction, so you're not engaging that hill. I want to make sure I tank this so I don't qualify. Get some serious lag. We're going slow. Good game. Good luck in the tournament. All right, we're on hole 7. Let's check out hole number 7. What is hole 7? Hole 7 is the par 3. This is the one, Juniper Point, hole 7. Juniper Point, hole number 7. All right, so normally on this hole, I like to put, let me get it. So normally on this, I like to bring a sniper, I like to bring a 100% accurate club, and I want my white rings wedged up. Now, my sniper here, in my upper developed account, I think my sniper's at like 170, 172, somewhere in that neighborhood, and it's 160 here. So I'm not sure as far as like where I'm going to be as far as red line. Normally, I bring a navigator when I'm with this club. And so I can put my white ring right up against the transition on both sides and then work it so that my first bounce is right here at this. There's a V right here where this is as flat as you can get, and then it's starting to go up the hill. And I want to have one bounce here, and I want my second bounce to actually come up to the top. And I want to avoid this hill in my bouncing. When it hits up here at the top, it looks like it's almost going to come to a stop, and then it releases and comes forward. We are getting a headwind. It's coming from this direction. So normally I put on one, and I'll call it a quarter, but it's a sliver of topspin. And I did that earlier today, and I ended up, here's the pin, here's the cup. I ended up a little bit short. And so because I'm going up against that headwind, so I'm going to put on 1 3/4 topspin and see if I can overshoot the cup so that I know that my range is somewhere between 1/4 and 3/4, and then I can start working the clock game. But I want to see what's too much. But I want to be close to too much. And where I shot earlier today, I am going to do a 10% wind adjustment on this, and we'll see how it goes. Because where I ended up earlier, I hit perfect, but it seemed like it was off to the right, and it was short. And so the wind had pushed it off a little bit more, so I know I'm going to add a little bit of wind. We'll see. And I think I'm going to start off with the navigator to cut the wind down a little bit, but I may have to switch, and where's my sniper? Hey. All right, game. You're gonna play that way with me. Sniper. I'm going to start off with a nav, but I may have to switch to a katana. If I can't get my red line, if I can't get my rings up into that spot, I'm definitely switching to a katana. And that won't fully make up for the 10 yards of lost distance, but it'll make up most of it. Dude Rango. Texas Rangers. And they've got about 1.5 on theirs, and they're in a very similar spot to me, where they're kind of wedged up. So we'll see how their 1.5 does. Be real quiet for him. Come on, dude. Why did that look like it was going off to the right? That's in the hole. Ooh. 1.5 looked pretty good, though. 1.5 topspin looked pretty good. A little bit more would have been better, but it looked okay. So I'm right there. So let's switch to a katana. Get my rings up into the area. I'm going to put one, a little more than a half. I'm going to do a 10%. I'm going to push the wind out because it doesn't seem right. I'm going to do 3-3. Oh, one of these days I'm going to get my perfect time back, and I'm going to be really happy about it. Now, 1.5 is still a little short, or 1 3/4 is still a little short. So it might take 2. I'm going to erase it on my main, see what 2 does. I really felt like 1.5, 1 3/4 to get me up there, but evidently not. Maybe I did 1.5. I'll have to go back and watch that. I meant to do 1 3/4. Getting some good notes today. Dude Ringo. Nice playing you. All right, that was hole 7. Hole 8. Hole number 8. City Park. Hole number 2. City Park. Hole number 2. All right, I know exactly what I'm doing here, but I don't know. I'm going to bring my QB and a Titan. I'm using this point out here that's off of this sand trap as my reference point. So this is all going to be dependent on what club you have, but this is my reference point right here. And so with my upper developed account, I'm about 4 rings off of that spot. Max curl, max left hand curl, max left hand side spin, and I'm only putting on maybe 1.5 topspin, and I'm just trying to end up in the middle of this. I'm not trying to get greedy and get up here. It's too easy to get caught up, and if you get caught up, it's not a big deal if you've got upper developed recovery clubs. But if you've got lower developed recovery clubs, that shot from in front of the sand is a long iron. So if you have a Nirvana and a Spitfire in your bag, you basically have, or an Amazon, you basically have a long iron. If you've got any other recovery club, sand wedge, rough iron, they are short irons. And so you won't be able to make it up. So you do not want to end up in the rough here if you've got lower developed clubs. It's better to be here hitting up than it is to be in the rough. Get my grid on. I don't know why Playdemic feels they need to the only app that I run that actually turns my grid off is Golf Clash. And I went through and read their terms of service the other day, and like they say on their site, running grids is not against their terms of service. But yet their program affects my grid. So I want to bring a QB and a hammerhead. I'm going to bring a Titan. And this is, let's see how much curl I have on this club. 82. So I have not, let me think here. This will be the first time I've taken this shot out here with this club. So I'm going to have to find a spot. So the first time out here is we're just going to find a spot. I'm going to start off with, 4 rings off the transitional surface. 1 topspin. Maybe 1.5. If you get into the middle of that area out there and you've got a sniper, 170 mile an hour, 170 yard distance sniper, you can do the bounce over to get on. If you start getting towards the back of that area, you may have a little bit of problems where you have to put on a little bit of overpower. You have to use the wind. So ideally, I want to just be, I don't need to be too much farther than halfway, but I want to get at least halfway. And there's a spot right there where you can catch it. And then all of a sudden your ball goes rolling forward. And all that power that was in the ball gets transferred to forward momentum instead of upward momentum. So kind of like looking out there where that's at. And I want to be about 4 rings off of that transitional surface. Next, 1 topspin. Take the wind out. It's 3.1 rings. I'm going to put max curl on it, no overpower. I just want to see where it ends up. Hitting a 1 ring grade on the outside. And this second bounce is critical, right there. I had plenty of room on the left and the right, and I could have put on at least another 1 topspin. There is a spot out there, if you put too much topspin, you'll end up doing exactly what my opponent did. So you got to watch how much you're putting it on there, because I've done that layup shot where I just put on like 1.5, 2 topspin and thought, hey, I'm just going to lay up right there. I got plenty of room, and it hits that spot that my opponent was in, and you get shot forward, and now all of a sudden a simple layup shot becomes, you're in the sand or in the rough. We'll see if there's enough distance on this club, because I got to be right about halfway. Yeah, and I'm in the mouth. I'm way back in the back. So let's see how much room we got here. So I'm right up against it. All right, room from there. I think that's too much topspin. It's going to take an irregular bounce to the left. So I'm going to just stick right there. It's 1.7 per ring. There's 3, 4. I'm going to do a little over 2 rings. And just hit it straight forward. Oh, 700 rings straight to the left. Rolling past the cup. So it's nice to know that you can easily get up there to give yourself the opportunity to pick up your birdie. This is another one of the really tough par 4s. This is a par 4 that a lot of people are going to epic fail on. You can get eagle on this hole, but I think that there's going to be more people ending up with par than there is going to be getting eagle. It's one of those types of holes. It may be really close. I'm going to miss. You not want to qualify today? My opponent's up there on the spot. They should be able to make that putt. I'm going to go ahead and forfeit. Good luck in the tournament. All right. I have a little bit of room. I can go for it on the last hole. Not that I think it'll help me. I'm really torn on this last hole. So I really wanted to, because it's been a long time. City Park hole number 6. It's been a long time since I've played this hole, since we've had this hole in a tournament. When was the last time we had this hole in a tournament? I remember the very first Christmas tournament that came out. That was 2017 New York tournament and the Festive Cup. The Festive Cup was about sometime last year, about this time. It's been close to a year ago. Let's see when that was. When was it? December 2018. Wow. Seemed like it was before that. So yeah, it's been a long time since we've had this hole in a tournament. So it's been a long time since I played this hole in these types of settings, because I'm typically just playing the holes that we've got in the tournament. So I've been giving it the old college look this week. Let me scroll that down just a titch. So there's the 2 traditional ways of going at this. What I see most people doing on this hole is pounding the ball as hard as they can, trying to get into this chute, and trying to bring themselves either first bounce here, second bounce in the rough, bleeding themselves out in the fairway, sticking in the fairway. If you got upper developed stuff, it's not a bad deal, because if you hit too far and let's say you miss that rough and you get out here in this rough, it's not a big deal. With your Nirvana, Amazon, you can get up on the green. You actually have a pretty good shot. You can go over the sand, which I don't like hitting over sand like this, but you've got a nice clean shot. You can easily get up there and get an eagle, even if you end up out here and if you've got a Nirvana or an Amazon. The problem I had on this hole when it first came out, and it was probably due to the fact that I was playing expert and from the back tees, is that you could get caught up in this rough really easy. And if you're in this rough, even with, from here with the Nirvana, you're right at the limit. So from here, you're having to bounce here, and your whole hope is that you can get up into this area and give yourself a short pitch, which isn't that bad of a deal, because for a while I hit from this island and tried to get my ball like right out in here, because you can't really get it much more forward than that. It's the course is, this course has got so much weird movement to it over here. It's hard to even get your ball to land right there. It wants to go over here, and getting way up in here is not necessarily beneficial. So for a long time, I played right here just to get the eagle. I just play right here, bring a big dog. Your first bounce is here. You just bounce it up, avoid the sand trap, play to the right of the sand trap, lay your self up right off the green, right on the fringe, take your chip, get your eagle, and move on down the road. Not too bad an eagle. You could find yourself in trouble, and most of the time you found yourself in trouble on this drive down here because it's tricky. So what I've been doing this week is I've been exploring hitting it out here onto the tip, and then coming in with a 3-power ball with a big dog and trying to use this upper fairway because it's on the same level as the green, and this is on the same level as it. So it's pretty much it's a pretty straightforward shot. But it's been difficult too, because what happens here is the ball wants to do that little running thing. So your red line, my red line's been in like this area right here with the big dog. And it only takes, it does not take as much, it does not take very much topspin. Like maybe one, maybe two, and some curl, because the ball guide's going off like this and getting curled in order to cover this swing. But I don't know, it is tough to get the ball to get right down there on the end. Now earlier today, I'll have to go back and watch that, how I did that shot on there. I don't know. I'm torn on whether or not I want to go for the shot to get down into the thing, because if you get caught up in that rough, you're sunk. And it's easy to get caught up in that rough if you don't have the right stuff. But I will tell you, I like the shot. I'm not sure whether I like the shot from down here coming with my big dog or from up here. Neither one of them are really good. They're at the same zone. Your red line with your big dog is like down in this area, somewhere in this area on the arc. So you can get about this far and then try and bounce it up, or you can get over here and then try and bring it around. Or you can try and get down here. Obviously, the best place to be is down here. But if I get down here and I get caught up in the rough over here, or if I get caught up in the rough here, I can't get on. So I'm taking a shot that if I land in the fairway, I'm fine. But if I land anywhere else, I'm done. So I just put myself in the crap, even if I hit a great shot. And I don't really like my odds down here. I don't like any of my options. Not with this account. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to work the top. I'm going to lay it up here on the top and try that out. That's what I've been working on. So the deal is, what club do I bring? So what club to bring? I'm going to bring 2 bags. If I get down there in the bottom, that'll work. If I decided that that's what I wanted to do. Definitely bringing a Titan. If I bring this bag right here, I need a big dog. Big dog. Let's try the QB shot up at the top. Let's try it. Let's see if I can land it up there and get it close to the tip. I've taken the shot. I took it like 3 times and I missed that. I blew the shot, and then I just went ahead and chipped it over there so that I could see what it looked like. And I took it with a sniper, a guardian, and a big dog. And I liked the guardian, but when I did the guardian shot on it, I brought the wrong ball. And so I was having a little bit of a red line issue. Today in my odd account, I was up there and you couldn't have gotten any farther. I was like right at the very end. It's 3-1. There's 3-1. I'm going to put a ring of power back into it. I'm going to be a little short. Isn't it perfect? Let's see if I got that right. It's about as far down there as I could have got. There is a little bit more. I think I was at 440 earlier. Or excuse me, 340. Now, if you're going over to this side, there's two ways you can do it. You can do what my opponent's doing, and you can see how they're going to have a hard time. There's a ridge right here, and it's weird on how the ball, everything wants to go to the left. And it's hard to get the ball to go into that mouth. The other way is you can hit it down there in the bottom. See if they can get the shot they want. A dog will hunt. And that's big dog range right there. That's the shot that I've taken in the past on this hole. And they're going to be about where I'm at right there. I'm going to try coming at it from the top. Man, that sucks. That look sucks up there. And I'm a little bit further back, so I'm going to do 2 and a sliver of topspin. I'm just going to do 2. I take the wind out. It's 2.5 per ring, so that leaves me 1.5. I'm going to put curl on it to bring it back towards the cup. Hitting it perfect. See if that was too much curl. See what that shot looks like from up there. That's what I'm saying, the topspin there. You'd think that you need more topspin, but when you're up there on the top, it runs. It seems like it wants to run forward really fast. So even like 2.5 right there, I would have been over the green. In the practice session, I caught this hole several times and I was over, and I was like, wow, I'm not putting that much topspin on it. But it doesn't take a lot of topspin. So they've got a horizon, which is like what, 173 distance. You have a fairly good look from down there. It's not. It's just I find that drive is hard coming in out from that angle. It's very easy. It's very easy to see a lot of people get caught up in that sand. They get it wrong. Nice shot. I will miss. See how far we roll down the hill. Keep rolling. Keep it. Come on. Pick up some speed. Pick up some speed. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. So I have an idea of how I want to play them. I'm still not sure on this hole how I want to do it. None of the options with this account really get me super excited. That shot going up there to the tip, the fact that I would be short with my distance without using some wind with a QB because I don't have quite enough topspin in it is problematic for me because I don't have, when I look at my, let's look at my drivers. I don't think I have, let's think here, Rocket 206. That's not going to help me. Big topper, not very accurate, not much more distance, but a lot more topspin. So, I mean, you could get up there with a big topper, but anything left to the right, you're in big trouble. Same distance rock's got to get a few more levels before it picks up some more yardage and less topspin. So that's definitely not going to help me. So my only option here is extra mile or QB. And I'd rather come at it with, if you're going to that tip, I'd rather come at it with a more accurate driver. I'm just wondering if maybe when I come here tomorrow, maybe with a big topper, trying that straightforward shot, trying to hit it where you're going down through the rough, trying to bleed it down in there. The problem is that if I end up on that drive shot where I try and go straight forward, if I don't end up in the fairway down here, I'm done. I mean, I rolled the dice to try and get into the fairway. If I can't get in the fairway and I end up in the rough on this side, doesn't matter. If I don't end up in the fairway, I'm done. And so there's no way to recover from that. Because I mean, it's everything on your wood to get from here. It's everything on your wood to get from there. So if you end up anywhere here in the front, you're in big trouble. It wasn't too bad. It's pretty easy to hit to the top here and then try and come around like that. It's just you have to get that topspin right when you're coming around. It seems like from down here, it takes a little bit more topspin. You're going up the run and you're going up the hill, so it takes a little bit more topspin. But when you're here, it's running flat, and it definitely takes less topspin than what you think it would. All right. So we got some good notes today. I'll go back and watch these videos and kind of see like what I did, make some notes off of it as far as like what club and what ball, because I have no notes at all for this account, and take a look at what I did today, see if I need to make any changes. There's a couple of the holes that I'm definitely trying to establish how I want to play them with the clubs that I have in this bag, but we will continue to work on it. And tomorrow, I'm definitely going to go out tomorrow in one way or another, regardless of what I do on the holes. I'm gonna qualify this account tomorrow, and I think, and this is a rookie pro, so I got this account to Pro 2 and had it there for a couple weeks so that it would be a rookie pro instead of a rookie. And so I think in the rookie pros, minimum score is -11. So that's what we're looking for in this with these clubs. Goal is really like -13 per round. If I can get anything better than that, that would be awesome. There are shots out there that we can pick up. And on my notes for this account, I'm going to write -26, -28 is what my ultimate goals are. All right. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Everybody be safe out there, and stay at home. I know if you watch the very first video for this account, I talked about the coronavirus. We all just need to stay at home. I know. Hey, I know. I know. Oh, our numbers are not. We may be flattening out, but we're flattening out at 30,000+ a day. So we need to get that number even lower. And the only way that's going to happen is if we quit spreading the virus. All right. Have fun. Hey, thanks for watching. And I appreciate all you guys. The channel is doing really good. Let's get to YouTube. Let's see where we're at. We're at 744 viewers. That is absolutely amazing to me that I have 744 subscribers to the channel, and I've got a lot of positive feedback from people. I think there's a lot of people, when I first started the channel, I got a lot of haters, a lot of people that were like, I can't believe you're doing this or you're doing that. There's a lot of people out there that are just like me. We've been playing for a long time, or you've been playing for a year, and you don't want to go up and spend the money that it takes to play masters or expert. You want to have fun. You don't want to spend 40 hours in a clan grinding so that then you can play in tournaments the next week. I think a lot of people just want to play the game and have fun. And rookie's fun. It typically, in most cases, doesn't cost a lot of money, and you can have a lot of fun in rookie. And there's tons of competition in rookie. No matter which level you're playing at, whether it's rookie pro, rookie expert, rookie masters, there's tons and tons of competition. So you don't have to go anywhere other than rookie to find great competition in this game. And I'm just happy to see that there's so many people that are with the same mindset, that we're not judging each other and we're just trying to go out and have fun and learn how to play the game better. And so I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel, and I will catch you tomorrow. I'm gonna play my 70-cent account, and I'm gonna record it today. I'll do a practice round today. I'm gonna start off dead serious and see where it goes based off my practice notes for my auto account, and we'll see where it goes from there. All right. Thank you.